Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Toaster. My name is Super Evil Poptarts. The Toaster is a fine product of Space Planet TV, and here we are, and it's been a while. It's Final Fantasy XIV. So, what exactly am I up to? Well, my friend here, Hugh Munghus, has seen a glint of promise of me possibly being a pretty top tier tank. In general, I think I'm average. I know I'm not bad, but I know I could be better. Can I get past my laziness and break through those barriers and get better and maybe, I don't know, parse high? We'll find out because he is going to teach me some things that I probably didn't know or didn't look up myself. And we're going to see if I can be the best. The best around. Anyway, my name is Super Evil Pop Tarts, and with me is a humongous. You probably won't. That just act like they could. You probably won't hear him because I'm using the Discord feature on PS5. Yes, I'm a console monkey. He though is on PC, but Final Fantasy XIV is cross-platform between PS5, PC, and Xbone, which is great because that means everyone can have fun. But here we are. Welcome to our free company house, Veira near our hearts. That is not important. What important is Hugh is going to teach me probably some things that I don't know to be a better tank. Like I said, I think I'm average at both at best, maybe good, but not great. And he's gonna teach me some stuff. So what? Teach me, Sensei. What do I need to know? The first one that I use is well, it's the level 100 one. It's Damnation. From an, yeah, you said mitigation, so. Mm. Okay. That would be no. Oh, we were talking about mobs. Once I the way I grab mobs is I'll throw a tomahawk at one of them. Then once I get the grouping, because sometimes when you throw tomahawk at one, it won't grab the whole group. So once I get in or they're starting to close in on us, then I will go with overpower, which grabs all of them, which guarantees that I've grabbed all of them. And then I do one Mithril Tempest because one thing I noticed when I started tanking is, especially when you're like earlier or lower levels, is yeah you'll if you once you do get the overpower, um, you'll grab it and then of course I'm trying to run to wall. Sometimes it's not enough to get them to stick to me. Sometimes they'll fall off and they'll start attacking like specifically the healer. So what it is I tomahawk them, they get around me, I overpower, and then I do the Mithril Tempest, and then I hit sprint and I run to get to the next mobs. Mm-hmm. No, no, yep, yep. I always grab both of them. There are certain dungeons that are odd where you kind of do only want to get to one group, but those are like the outliers. But the general, and just so people know on my stream, and I'm pretty sure you're streaming right now too. Um, you're recording, so he's recording. So we'll have I'll hopefully put it in the comments the link for his recording. Um, he's talking about the best basic structure of a dungeon. So the basic structure of dungeon is there's two groups of mob, then the boss. Um, when I said there's certain outliers, there's certain dungeons that are odd. It's like there is like the way that the mobs are stacked. Like I know there's like one dungeon where there'll be like a group of three, but there'll be a barrier that you have to kill the group of three to get the next group. So it kind of you have to sort of change up how you do your myths and stuff, but you still try to wall the whole dungeon, even though you have these barriers. But yeah, generally basic dungeon, two groups of mobs, you want to wall to wall, and then there's a boss. So didn't mean to cut your flow off there, but I just want to let them know on my side what you're trying to tell me. Mm. Mm. How much mitigation? How much mitigation? Okay. Oh, I didn't know what how much sprint mitigates when you're sprinting through enemies. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm. Well, onslaught that's the dash, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Raw intuition. Yep. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna correct myself. When you asked me my first vindication, what button I hit, because I'm looking at it now, and you're trying to talk about the mobs in general. We're going back to basic tanking 101. Yeah, my first mitigation button that I usually would hit would be, as I bring back my screen, is Rampart. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So let me reiterate this for my stream. So basically, what he was telling me is, um, start off with sprint because sprint out of combat you get 20 seconds of sprint. And I'm gonna add a little list for like healers because I know this noticed this when I'm healing where I would see the tanks, sprint sprint off, but I wouldn't hit sprint. But I would notice that once he gets into combat and I hit the sprint to keep up with him, I have half my time limit for my sprint. So instead of getting 20 seconds, I would get like less than what it is. It would usually match what the tank would have. So for any healers, if you see that tank uh, hit sprint right off the bat, hit sprint with them, so you get the full 20 seconds also. That's just I figured that's an observation once you told me that when you hit sprint out of combat, because usually when I hit sprint for when I'm tanking, it's after I've got the aggro of the first mob. So I'm essentially screwing myself over. Um, then Hugh has said that once I get the second pack of mobs, or if you're walling just a general dungeon, or right after I've hit the first one is when I hit bloodletting, or do I wait till I get to the second mob? Once, okay. So basically, once I have collected everything, once I have stopped moving, is when I hit bloodletting. Then I can go into one of three different combos. I can go into either Damnation or I forgot what the lesser version is when you're in lower levels. Yeah, it's Damnation slash Vengeance. Vengeance is I'll say Vengeance slash Damnation. So Vengeance, which is like the second tank specific bit you get, not a role specific because that would be Rampart. But once you get Vengeance or higher levels Damnation, you should use a combo of either one plus Reprisal. Um, the reason I'm going with this combo first is because usually the way I did it is I would just hit Rampart, it would run out, I would wait a few seconds to let it get a little extra recharge time before I would hit. Um, I would use the next one I would use was Thrill of a Battle. I would never use Vengeance slash Damnation in a mob pool because I save it for the tank. So I'm all automatically doing stuff wrong. um, or you could use Rampart plus Arm's Length, which I actually did know it was a mit because Pole told me. And I didn't know it was a mitigator. I just thought it was for mostly just knockback. Um, or you could go with the combination of Thrill of the Battle with Equilibrium. And you know what? I'm actually going to go into the action and traits menu so people can see what they do. So let's go with the mitts specifically. So Thrill of the Battle basically increases maximum HP by 20% and restores the amount increased. I would always use it when I would lose health and then just use it to get some health back to like lessen it for like the healer. It's like it was almost like a weird not Thrill of the Battle. I meant shit, not Thrill of the Battle. Equilibrium. Sorry. because it just restores, gives you 1200, and it gradually restores hit point. I've been using these wrong. Thank you, Hugh, for saying I should use them as a combo. And it looks like it says use TOB first, so that would be thrill battle. Okay, so use that first. So you're saying out of these combos, once you've grabbed all the mobs, I should use thrill the battle and equilibrium first as my first combo mitts. Revengeance and reprisal. Okay, so all right. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. And so people know what Vengeance does, as I've have the action screen up here. It reduces damage taken by 30% and delivers an attack with a potency of 55 every time you suffer physical damage. Now that I knew, especially with Damnation, that every time they hit me, they take they suffer some backlash, basically. Let me show them Damnation, because Damnation I think also has a little extra oomph to it. So again, this is Vengeance. Its duration is 15 seconds. It has as Hugh was pointing out, it has a 120-second recast or recharge rate. Damnation does actually pumps up the damage reduction by 40%. It does the same 55 attack with a potency of 55 every time I've suffered damage, so it's still the same like Vengeance, but it has an additional effect which it grants Primeval Impulse when the effect expires or damage is taking. The Primeval Impulse effect is healing over time, with a cure potency of 300, and it also has a 15-second duration, just like Vengeance. And let's go into the roll, because that's where Reprisal is. Reprisal reduces damage dealt by nearby enemies by 10%, and it has a 15-second duration and a 1 minute or 60-second recast timing. So, well, I've been doing a lot of things wrong. Or I'm not doing things wrong, I just could be doing things better. Because I'm still hitting mitigation buttons, but I could be making them so much better, which would also allow the healer not to have to worry about throwing like heals my way, and they can do more damage. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go into that now. So let's go into bloodletting, which is I would say the tanks, at least a warrior, and let's be more specific. All the damnation and vengeance is specific to warrior. This is all warrior based. So rampart is a general tank uh, action. Well, actually, it's a roll. Sorry, and so same thing with reprisal. They are specific to all tanks across the board. But bloodletting is a warrior thing, and I gotta find. Okay, so Raw-Tician, it's at level 56, and basically reduces damage taken by 10%. It only lasts 6 seconds. Restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered. Pure potency of 400, and it shares a recast tenor with Nation Flask. Nation Flask is the same thing, except you're using it on someone else. So, like, say if Hugh is the healer, right? And somehow he accidentally gets snapshotted by the game, or is not too fast on, like, getting out of a mechanic and takes some damage, and he's getting pretty low, and you don't want your healer to die. You basically do nascent flash. Where's that at? Right here. So basically, nascent facts grants nascent flash to self and nascent glint to target party member. The effect is just like uh, raw intuition or bloodletting, which is right next to nascent flash. You restore health points with each weapon skill successfully delivered. Still has the 400 potency. And the Nation Glint effect is restores health points equaling 100% of that recovered by Nation Flash, while also reducing damage taken by 10 seconds. It has a duration of 8 seconds. Additional effect grants Stem the Flow to the target, reducing damage taken by 10%. That has a duration of 4 seconds. An additional effect grants Stem the Tide to target, nullifying damage equivalents to a heal of 400 potency with a duration of 20 seconds. Shares a recast timer with Bloodwing. Basically, every point of health that I am getting back as a tank, at that point, Hugh gets back as well. And Bloodletting is a little bit different than Raw Intuition. It still does reduces the damage taken by 10 seconds. It has a duration of 8 seconds. Same thing, health points recovered with each weapon skill successfully delivered. 400% grants Stem the Flow. Then Stem the Flow is reduces damage taken by 10 seconds. Duration of 4 seconds grants Stem the Tide. And then Stem the Tide effect is creates a barrier around self that absorbs damage equivalent to a heal of 400%. Duration is 20 seconds. And as I said, it both bloodletting, because raw intuition you wouldn't have Nation Flance at that time because you don't get Nation Flance until level 76, and bloodletting doesn't come around until 82, but they share a recast timer. So yeah, that's what I would usually do, Hugh, just so you know how I played the tank, so you can point out how I could have done it better. Is I would, like I said, I would use Rampart first, because that is let me show Rampart. Rampart basically reduces reduces damage by 20 seconds, increases health point recovery, the healing actions on self by 15 seconds, and it has a duration of 20 seconds. Wow, I really, now that I look at that, healing actions on self. That means self-healing? Any healing. Okay. Alright, so I wasn't doing it wrong. But basically I would hit Rampart, take some damage, then I would hit Raw Intuition. You get, just so you know, Raw Intuition, if you're first starting out, you get 3 swings with Onslaught, and that will basically get you back your health bar, especially if you're like low, maybe at around 30%. You'll get your bar back in 3 hits. With overpower, sorry, yeah, Onslaught is the dash. I'm sorry, getting mixed up. But yeah, 3 things of overpower when you have Raw Intuition or Bloodletting will get your bar back. Pretty much. Like I said, those are going to be 2 of, once you get them, you will never want to not use them. But yeah, that's kind of what I would do, and that's wall-to-walling too. And even if you had like a huge pack, like I'm thinking like the second boss in what was it? Mount Golg. The third, is it the second boss or the third boss? Yes, heading to the third boss. There's basically you wall to wall bunch of thoughts. I'll just call them thoughts. Then they'll keep chasing you until you get a group of like a bunch of other monsters, and that's where you want to do. There is another set of 3, but you don't want to push it too hard because even the best mitigating, you might end up dying. I just usually take those first 2, but yeah, that's raw intuition. There is, like I said, they'll be your bread and butter for a warrior. So anyway, I didn't mean to go too far off base here. So you say start off with vengeance slash damnation with reprisal, uh, but before you hit them, hit raw intuition or bloodletting. Okay, so it's like a triple combo sort of. Okay. Yes. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay, I get it. So grab dash in, onslaught the group to make sure you get all the aggro of the first group. Then dash into the second group, hit blood raw intuition or bloodletting then, and that means you get your health back. After bloodletting and everything runs out, then go into the your tank specific, or at least for the warrior specific of vengeance or damnation with reprisal. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Because it should be back at that point. Okay. So this. Mhm. First wall done. Got it. Yeah, I just wanted to give him real quick. So basically, so you know, again, it is sprint plus onslaught, which I've been occasionally using onslaught a lot more lately too. Even after I thrown a tomahawk. Uh, then uh, grab all the grab both mobs in the first in the room. Then go into raw intuition slash bloodletting. Once that runs out, then go to vengeance or slash damnation with reprisal. By the time that runs out, then you should have your bloodletting or raw intuition back, and then hit that. And basically after that, everything should be dead. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because sprint should be back by this time too. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's explain this. So after the first room of mobs, now we're heading off to the second room of mobs. So it's the same thing as the first one. You hit sprint and onslaught. You grab both the mobs. We're still doing bloodletting and or raw intuition, correct? All right. So you do again raw intuition or bloodletting, and then the next set of mitts you want to use is since your vengeance or slash damnation it won't be off of it hasn't been charged yet. It's still on recharge. The next group of mitts that you're going to use is Rampart, and we already said it reduces damage taken by 20%, increases HP recovery via healing actions on self, regardless of where the source is coming from, by 15%, and it lasts for 20 seconds. And then you're also going to use Arm's Length. And Arm's Length nullifies most knockbacks and draw-in effects as a 6-second duration. When you are struck by a physical attack, the strike will inflict slow plus 20% to whoever hits you. And that has a duration of 15 seconds. And this is something Pohl said it mitigated, but I never really looked into what the mitigation effect was. And the mitigation effect is it's slowing the target once they hit you. And if you've been under the effect of slow in the game, it's basically a little clock symbol. You'll know how it feels when you're watching your GCDs as they're taking their time getting around for you to use them. So, yeah, that's something I still have not used really when I'm doing mob pulls. I never have used Arm's Length. I've always used it in boss encounters, specifically to nullify nullback. So, yeah, I have really not. Yeah, no, I'm kind of shaking my head at myself here, Hugh. Yeah, yeah. As Hugh just said, please reuse your tooltips because he said this is not common knowledge that arm's length is also. It's not just to stop being knocked back or drawn in. It's also there to help you take less damage. Okay. This is after all the effects of Rampart and Arm's Length have gone away. Okay, so what Hugh says is once the Rampart and the Arm's Length have gone away, you go back to bloodletting, just like the first group of mobs where you did with the Vengeance Reprisal combo. It's basically Sprint Onslaught, Raw Intuition / Bloodletting, then Vengeance / Damnation plus Reprisal, then Rinse Repeat for the next group, which is going to be Sprint Onslaught with Raw Intuition / Reprisal, but this time, since Vengeance is still on its cooldown, you're going to go with Rampart, Arm's Length. Once those run out, Bloodletting / Raw Intuition, and everything should be dead, and then we're at the boss. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Reprisal should be back. Yeah. So, all right. So what? Just real quick. So you're at the boss now, and basically, Hugh says that you have a hard mit with Damnation / Reprisal. It might not be available yet. Depends on how well your DPS and your healer helped chew through the mobs. But you still have 4 options. It is 2 we've already talked about. It's Thrill of Battle and Equilibrium. You should also have back your Reprisal. And another very important skill for tanks. They all have different names, but they basically do sort of the same thing. The tanks one is called Home Gang, and basically it braces yourself for the enemy onslaught, preventing most attacks from reducing your health points to less than one. And it has a 10-second duration. When a target is selected, it halts their movement with chains. It's more of a visual cue for you that you've used it. And basically, Hugh has said that this is really also important for when the boss does a tank buster. So, and this is something that yeah, go ahead. It's an option for a tank buster. The one thing that I always do with bosses is, especially once you've played this game so many times and you're doing your dailies and your weeklies and or you're doing the weekly raid series where you're trying to get like the hollow blades currently with the cruiserweight to get like the weapon upgrades, um, is trying to remember and time when the boss does a tank buster, because some of them, a good majority of like the dungeon bosses will kind of do them right off the bat. So you're definitely in the mindset of getting your mitts up and ready to take that hit. But there's some that it will like wait, and you're under the thought of, wait a minute, I need to put my mitts on to make it easier for the healer. But you kind of might want to hold off just a little if you can remember the timing for when that tank buster comes, because some of those tank busters on some of the bosses really, really hit hard. I think that's from you, isn't it? Oh, someone sent me mail. I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's like I heard the little tinkle. I'm like, I thought you were sending me a party invite. I'll find out what it is soon. But anyway, we're talking mitten here. So the boss, we're at the boss. So basically, those are your options: is throw the battle plus equilibrium, and that's a must, right? You want to pair them up as a combo. Okay. 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 All right. Got it. So basically, what he was saying, instead of doing the combos that you did with the mobs when you're at a boss, use thrill the battle, and once the tank buster has resolved, as in it's hit you, then hit equilibrium. If you use that combo, you could also use again reprisal or home gang for the tank buster. No, no. I generally, when I'm at the bosses, I hold all. I keep um what you call it. I keep reprisal in my pocket, specifically for like either AOE attacks that are just the raid wides, or stack mechanics. Specifically, repeating stack mechanics. Yes, and let's talk about that. So he was just again, if I see people are coming in and watching, just so you know, you won't hear Hugh. I can hear him. Unfortunately, I'm on PS5, and we're using Discord, and Discord only hears my voice. It doesn't hear Hugh's. If it does hear Hugh's, let me know, because then Discord is making me a fool. But I'm fine with that. He just mentioned Shake It Off. This is a party-wide mitt. This will affect not just you, it will affect anyone in your party, regardless if you're doing a dungeon or a raid or an alliance. Creates a barrier around self and all nearby party members that absorbs damage totaling 15% of the maximum maximum HP. Sorry. Dispels through the battle, damnation, and bloodletting, which means that basically they end if you use it. Increasing damage absorbed by 2% for each effect removed. So even though it removes them, it does increase the incoming damage by 2% for each one that you had up and running. It lasts for 30 seconds. It gradually restores health points as a cure potency of 100, duration of 15 seconds, and it restores the target's HP with a cure potency of 30%. You generally use these for raid wides, stack mechanics, regardless if they are just a single stack or a repeating stack, or sometimes depending on what group you're with, specifically more in like raids, shit might be getting bad. It's kind of like also an oh shit button too. Like you don't want like especially like a healer, and say you don't have Nation Flask available, or you seem a bit pressured, you don't want to try to target them. Like I'm on a controller, so I have to like use my directional button to go up and down the list. That's the best way for me as playing on a controller. Yeah, you hit shake it off, which will help them absorb some damage and give them a little heal, and that way, if like it might help the healers out a little bit more, making sure no one drops. Mm-hmm. Agree. Yes. Oh yeah. Um, yeah. It's like I generally when I see the like the I generally use it a lot with like on raids with the repeatable stack markers. I hit it before they hit because and even though you're saying it's good if you do it afterwards because it's still going to heal up some people and it's going to take a little bit of an edge off for on the healers. I generally like to get it before. Um, that yeah, that is the optimal that you want to do with Shake It Off is to do it before the effects go off. If your timing's off and you do it maybe during or a little bit after, you didn't you didn't screw up. You just it's you're still helping your party out, and that's the important thing. And as Chrissy Crafter said, always mit before. Always mit before. Anyway, that's what we have. That's what we have sages for, is what you just said, and we all know what that means. Anyway, mm-hmm. Oh, cringe! They just went, Okay, all right, we're on the boss fight now. This is we're talking just general dungeon right now. We're not talking raids or anything. So yeah, this is just general dungeon tanking for as a warrior. So let's go. We're at the boss. This is like first, second, third, doesn't matter. Yeah, and I'm gonna I I'm gonna a reason I'm even like sort of nodding, but more of a like a dissipated nod to myself. Um, I generally don't use it in boss battles, and I should. And and yeah, basically, who just said that during the boss fight, whenever it is up and available, you should be using raw intuition slash bloodletting, as it helps the healer out a lot because you're getting health back for at least. Don't look at me like that, Chris. Crisis. Don't. Hey, 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 hey. I'm learning here. I didn't say, I forgot that a button existed when I was fighting the boss. By no means, no. That's like earlier today. We did the second walk, and we're on the next last boss. I forget his name. And he has those tank busters, and I basically decided, hey, this is I'm taking this particular one to get knocked back to this one, and there was another tank there, and basically Naro says, wait, you just killed that tank? It's like, you saw nothing. You saw nothing, sir. Yeah, he just decided to give up the ghost. But yeah, I should be using bloodletting a lot more when I have it for the dungeons that it's available, because again, I believe it was raw intuition is gained at level 56. So basically, Heaven's Ward. When you get to, I believe it's right before the vault. The vault onward, you should be using it on the bosses. Uh, mm-hmm. Yeah, just use it. Now that it, this is going to be, basically on YouTube forever. I'm called out now. I better fucking start using it now. So anyway, yeah. So always use your raw intuition during the when it's available on boss fights. Okay, this is during the boss fight. Okay, we're on to this after the boss fight. During the pulls. Okay, so this is just any pulls. Okay. Which happens a lot. This is about DPSs not being good people. You might be with some sprouts that have doing the dungeon the first time, or learning their buttons for the first time. Their brain slurpeed, and I've had that happen to me many times. Hmm. Okay, that's what you mean by use TOB first. All right. Okay, so basically, Hugh basically says during any mob pulls, this is not bosses. Um, you start off with your sprint and your onslaught. You then go to your raw intuition, bloodletting. Again, so people know. Reason I'm saying they're the same thing. It's just once you get to a certain level, they change and they get extra effects. Um, then you go into once bloodletting, raw intuition is done. You go into your vengeance, damnation, and reprisal, and that's done. And then you go into your bloodletting, raw intuition, and then that's done. But yet the mobs are not dead because the DPS is just not killing the mobs fast enough. Hugh is saying you should go and then use Thrill of Battle and Equilibrium. Now, you do them both at the same time, or is it like the boss where you do Thrill of the Battle and then once Thrill of Battle's done, you then do Equilibrium? 5 or 6 enemies left, okay. Yep, one Equilibrium has a 1 minute cooldown, yep. Alright. One or the other. It's mm-hmm. More more than 5 enemies left? Okay. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So let me see if I convey this correctly. So, say you have just like 5 enemies left. So basically, what he was saying, if you have like only like 5 enemies left, you should hit. It was Equilibrium first, correct? Okay. Hit Equilibrium. You get you get the benefit of Equilibrium. And we'll go back here so everyone can see it. Once Equilibrium is done, and say there might be like a few left, you can hit Thrill of Battle. Now, he also mentioned that say there's more than 5 that are still left. He basically saying is to reverse it. Do Thrill of Battle, let yourself get hit a bit to where you about have like 60% on your health bar. Once you get once you get to about that amount of health, then he Equilibrium, because you're getting at this point you're getting Equilibrium does a big health boost, but it also gives you more out of Thrill of Battle, and you should be like topped off or really fine at that point. And it should carry you through the rest of those mobs. At this point, your DPS really should have a good amount of those 5 plus whittled down to at least 3 or 2, and at that point, I would hold off on midding anymore because it's just 3 or 2 enemies, and the healer should have like an easy job, just like a white mage just throws you fucking regen. You'll be fine. Um, but that is what he was saying. So if you have like 5 enemies, start off with Equilibrium. Once that's gone, use Thrill Battle. If it's 5 or more, then hit Thrill Battle. Wait till you get hit. Maybe you're down to about 60% of your health bar. Then hit Equilibrium, because that basically means Thrill Battle gives you a better benefit doing it in that particular order and combination. Well, you got bad DPS. I mean, there's some people are just bad DPS. They like I'm learning how to tank. They possibly haven't quite figured out their optimal combinations. Um, Not to say that the healer shouldn't be adding to that damage too. Um, as someone has once said, good healers heal, great healers heal and do damage. Even though most of the classes only have like 2 or 3 buttons for damage. Arm's length. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you mean Rampart with reprisal instead of arm's length? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So what Hugh has said is in that scenario we just went over with the bad DPS. Um, that was the first group of wall-to-wall mob pools. You're going into your second group of mobs. You will have Rampart ready, so you can use Rampart, and you should also have Reprisal ready. Uh, okay, Rampart, arm's length. Okay, so okay, second group pool in that really bad DPS scenario of 6+, and you've used your Thrill Battle and your Equilibrium in that particular combination. Uh, waiting for you could have about 60% health. You're grabbing your next mob pull. Again, you're doing sprint and onslaught to start off, and then you should have rampart and arm's length ready. Go with that combo on the second group. Uh, granted, hitting raw intuition before you hit them. Do raw intuition. Get your 3 hits in, which are using again using overpower and the mithril tempest combo. Um, then hit rampart and arm's length. At that point, you'll be at the boss, but you should have damnation, vengeance ready, along with reprisal. Basically, this is the tanks oh shit combination. Yes, I've done that sometimes too. Yes, and mob pools. That's the tanks really, in mob pool situations. That's the tanks oh shit button. This is even when I'm like doing my basic. I'll just call it my method was the basic bitch tank method. It's it gets the job done, but it's not like the best you could possibly have done. Um, you could also call it the figuring it out. But I've been playing this game for almost 5 years, so I should have definitely picked up these tips you're telling me now. Um, but those, like example where I would use Holmgren in a mob pool is again Mount Gold going toward a third boss. When you grab that huge fucking swath of enemies, especially if the DPS is struggling, that's when I used Holmgren. And then usually at that point I'm like maybe a couple seconds away from getting bloodletting, and then as soon as Holmgren basically runs out, regardless of how well the healer is giving me back some health, I hit it. So I basically I'm topped off, and I'm topped off for a while. Okay. No, this is like I'm looking at this and I'm looking at all these combinations and stuff that you showed me and going over in the situations which are basically mob pools and balls. Specifically more the mob pools. And I'm like, wow, really am not I'm not getting the most out of the job. Yeah, with the damnation vengeance. Yeah. Yeah, as he was saying. Hmm. Yep. Basically, he was saying like the more you mitt, the more the healer can do damage if you mitt correctly. And he's also specifically pointing out the vengeance damnation combo because that's also doing damage to the enemy, regardless if it's a boss or mobs, because it does the same thing to to the boss. I mean, granted, it's like a tick on the boss, but for mobs, that helps the DPS out. If you think about it, with Vengeance Damnation. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. Keep going. No, keep going. Because I'm forming words in my head. Don't know how to put this. All right. So basically, what Hugh is saying, and I want to kind of bring this up, is this is a template on how to how to do it. This is not like the Bible. This is not you could. This is the only way you can do it. Let's see here. Chris, this is. I gotta switch my things. He goes, "You've been playing longer than I have." That must have been a thing. Does something pops? There's a delay on the chat, but he said something that looked really good, and I'll wait till that pops up in chat. But he was basically saying this is like written in not written in stone, and this is the only way you can play a warrior specifically. We're going with warrior. Um, you might have different combinations. You might learn different ways of doing things. Um, the reason I'm bringing it out is there's a. I'm not naming names, but there's a kind of like elitism in Final Fantasy 14. And everyone says Final Fantasy 14 as a community, it's a pretty good community, and it is. It's like one of the best. But there are people who look down upon other people, um, especially when you like bring parsing into effect. And I understand the whole thing. It's a double-edged sword. Moving on. Um, you might find different combinations work best for you. The whole point of it, and tell me if I'm correct in saying this, is as long as you are mitigating damage, you are doing your job. Like I made mention to my basic bitch method before Hugh has actually opened my eyes. Um, it's not wrong. I'm still doing it. I mean, when you are when you're in the Realm Reborn stuff and you're starting to get these skills, you're not having those combinations. As long as you're hitting those mitigation uh, actions, you're doing your job um, as a tank. Yeah, and of course damage. Generally, I use overpower and mithril tempest over and over because I'm trying to hit like more of the enemies instead of just concentrating on trying like after I get the thing, then just hitting one enemy. Though that's not. If you do that, you're not doing it incorrect. Um, my overuse of that combo is more of like when I started tanking and I noticed that if I didn't keep up those combos and kept getting like the aggro of all the enemies, they would lose interest in me quick and start hitting like the healer specifically because they're healing, they end up getting the second tier of aggro, and then they're hitting my healer. So it's a bit of like of a gun shy action on my part, but either way, I'm still doing damage, and I'm also keeping my aggro up. There are times where I will stop and I will single target like an enemy, like specifically one that has really horrible AoEs, because I want that thing dead, and I want it dead now. But Hugh basically says this is like not the be end all of end all. This is here's a template, use it to the fullest of your abilities, and you might find different combinations that work best for you as a warrior. I need to specify. We're talking about warrior here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Cubit just said basically this is a starting point, and then you basically evolve from there. Uh, yeah, Chris says no, you need to do damage as well. Yeah, and like I said, as long as you're doing damage, you're 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 basically doing the job correctly as a tank, because we are talking about tanks. Um, that's like Gunbreaker. I'm like constantly using the Circle of Death, I believe it is. And when I have my two cartridges, then I'm using the amped version of it. So, but that's a different tank, and that's a different set of interesting things to deal with. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it is the tank job I use the most, especially when I'm doing my weeklies and I'm in the mentor roulette. Because you know tank privileges, you get quick pops, um, and you know, especially when I'm doing the Chloe book and I'm unsyncing some stuff that I can unsync and get done as a tank. All right, let's get it going. Hold on a minute. I'm getting myself pumped. As I meld into the sofa. Oh, you're playing Sage. Ooh. All right. All right, let me send you a party invite once you stop popping around. All right, what do you want me to hit exactly? Okay, so I haven't done expert. Before we do this, Chris says basically, if I have to heal you as a warrior, I'm going to show you your own stream to you. No, he's called me out or her. He basically says if Crisis has to heal me as a warrior, they're going to show me my own stream. See what you did? See what you didn't do? Uh, but to go easy on me, my friend, this is me going to learning those combinations for the first time in practicality. This is like me where I used to play Destiny 2. I don't play it anymore. Fuck Bungie. They can just fuck off the earth for what they did. But Warrior is the 5th healer for a reason. Yes, you are very correct. I cannot argue with that, sir, and I wholeheartedly 100% agree what you just said. Yeah. Basically, like people who like would wait to do the new raid, like example Destiny, and they're like, oh, I've seen videos. And I would go, oh, okay, that's good. That's also cute. Now you're gonna learn, because practical learning is the best learning. Trial by fire. There we go. Okay, I can do this. What do we got here? Well, someone hasn't done this for the first time. Yep. Fuck it, I'll use it. I don't care. Yeah, you should always eat. I really need to buy some buffs. Alright, oh shit. There we go. Grab you all. Run, 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 run. Look at that, I got lots of time. Tomahawk, that could be all. Should I? There we go. Roll intuition. Make sure I don't step in mechanics. And now we're going to go with Vengeance and Reprisal. Yep, I still got time. The mobs might die before I really need to use it. Yes, it's very much nicer, Crisis. Very much nicer. I like this. Holy shit. Damn, I didn't even see my bar go down to like... I didn't even think that goes by 90%. Now I gotta remember the dungeon here, so this is me also remembering. Sprint, there we go. Boom. Hit him with an onslaught. Get my and I do, while I'm running, I do use Tomahawk because I like to get some extra damage in there. Okay, and now I am doing the Rampart combo. So there we go, Rampart, and there's my arm's length. Oh, wait, shit, I should have rolled intuition. Fuck, I fucked it up. Yeah, I'll use it at the end. And make sure I keep this in the ninja's little AoE here. Yep. Ninjas feel a lot, they feel very much pride when they put that down there and you're using it correctly. There it goes, there's my raw intuition. There's my 3 hits. There's a very good DPS. Our DPS are really doing their job. I don't have to use the Thrill of Battle thing combination. Alright, I forgot what my combo is here. Okay, okay, Bloodletting, go. Here we go, Bloodletting. You know what, I'm gonna turn him around. Oh shit, I hate this boss. I still haven't quite gotten his fucking mechanics correct. Shit, you know what? I got my Vengeance and Reprisal. There we go. Yeah, so you know, this is because I still haven't figured this guy's mechanics out for myself. Oh, it's cleaving. Oh, you know what? I'm so concentrated on my miss, I forget about my damage. Shit. Yep, hold on, I'm going through my combo string here. Now go do Bloodletting. some of that health back. I got my other damage. Oh shit, tank buster, home gang, fuck it. You said I could use it. Oh, you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna do thrill battle. I've taken damage, so let's hit that. And then I've got my blood letting up. I hate this, but this is a bad boss to try this on. What do I got next? Okay, I'm going with. I just went died. Fuck. And there goes the DPS. I was going with the Rampart arm's length combo. You know what? This is a no shit moment. So I hate this fucking boss. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. No. Yeah, I do not like this boss one bit. He's got so many. Oh, I'm dead. No! I refuse! I don't know what I'm doing in the mechanics. There's so much shit. I'm dead. Yeah, this is. I know it's good for me to use all my buttons, but this is not a guy I would. Oh, I'm still going to use my other ones. Okay, tank busters, gotcha. Trust in my healer. Okay. So you know, Chris, I will read your comments after the dungeon, because you are. I see you putting up some pretty good points. Because remember, I'm on a PS5, and my computer monitor is actually to my side, and I can't really concentrate on both of them at this, unfortunately. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Go, go, let's go. First combo on the board. And hey, get away, get back here. Okay, that's much better. Wall intuition. There's this cleave. Okay, it's time for Rampart. Arm's length. Well, I know it's a pushback, but I'll use home gram. There you go. Yeah, listen, I'm doing the job as it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to take I'm going to do this. Oh, it went... Fucker. Push me the... I might have been on the wrong side, too. I might have been paying any attention. Oh, you know what I'm not doing? I'm not doing fucking Eye of the Storm. God damn it. I'm fucking as us with DPS. I just realized I'm so concentrated to one thing right now. I have nothing. Oh god. Oh.
You've overburdened the system.
Hold on.
It served its purpose.
I have, yes, I'm good. Everything. Except arm's length. Arm's length is not, it's on, it should be there by my next pull. Whoops. Sprint. Onslaught. Grab that. Oh, someone grabbed it instead. That, get rid of those. That's the thing, and there we go. My combo. Oh shit, I forgot. It's bloodletting first and then the thing. God damn it. Get them in here. I did it. I fucked up, so. Bloodletting is almost there. I'm purposely letting my health go down so I can save the other mid combo for the next one. There we go, bloodletting. Should be available in my next pool.
Next, we visit the prison of sinister repute. I need not compel him to fight.
I think I'm fucked up, but anyway. Yep, bloodletting's there. Let's do bloodletting. There we go. A little bit of a screw up on my part and all that. I apologize. Okay, here we go with Rampart arm's length. I'm watching my counter here. Alright, gonna use bloodletting because I think I'll need it. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna single attack here. Oh, I forgot this one. I don't. Fuck. I have no idea what I'm going. Oh, my vengeance combo's up. Bloodletting. Do I need to get the aggro of all of these guys? Okay. Well, I did use vengeance. Do I need to stay in here? Okay. Okay. Got it. Oh, fuck you. I think it's only the second time I fought this boss as a tank. Actually, this is my first time as a tank. Oh, I'm not doing damage. Alright, this is Rampart and Arm's Length. This is a Tank Buster! Oops. Okay. I only wanted to use what? The singles? Oh, he grabbed me. Hello. I'm sorry. This is not just me learning the combos. This is me relearning this fucking boss because okay, these are the slow ones. Out of this. I believe it's in. Nope, we do interrupt on that. I hate this boss. Home granging. Bloodletting, come on, get back. Thank you.
Beginning to tire. Good. I bid you continue on.
The bosses. Oh, the tank busters. Just the gen. Okay, I'll have to learn that. Alright, vengeance and reprisal. Oh, I should have been. I'm doing things right, but in different orders. Because I needed to do fucking bloodletting first, which I'm doing now. To make up for Vac, I should have done that first. Out of that. Was there another one I should? No, this is the only pool. This is where I talked about like the odd dungeons. I kind of sort of counted as one mob. I don't even remember what the end boss is for this one. Okay, my sprint's available. Hit it.
Memories from an age rife with death. The desperation you
Oh, I should have saved it. This is me just not remembering the dungeon.
The enemy is at the gate. To arms, good soldiers. Protect your kingdom.
Yeah, this is me not knowing, remembering the dungeon. And arm's length combo. Oh, I should have done... Again, I did it wrong. I keep forgetting to do bloodletting first. At least I'm realizing I'm fucking it up. I just picked up something. Oh, okay. Material. Is there another mob pool after this? Okay. Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Yeah, because that... Well, actually I have Vengeance and Reprisal already. Okay. Okay, someone is watching for the very first time. I think this, overall, this is the third time I'm facing this boss, so... No, we're waiting for them. They're not there in here yet. There they are. Alright. Boom. So I'm going to use Vengeance in... Oh no, Bloodletting first. Shit, Bloodletting. Well, it's a good thing I did Blood. Alright, I'm going to use Vengeance and Reprisal. Yes? Oh, I just used it. Fuck. How damn it. Yes, yes, I have them available. God, these are the weird ones. Shit.
Countless lives are lost in the senseless conflict.
I'm going to use Shake It Off.
War swells in scope and intensity.
I guess we're throwing a tank buster yet. I'm starting to remember to do my Eye of the Storm.
The bombs rain
Oh,
down without
that was me.
cause or
My
mercy.
bad, sorry. Storm. Oh wow, I got lucky. Didn't get caught by that. Alright, Rampart.
The spark of life is dimmed
Ow.
with every blinding flash.
But also, I forgot to use my Bloodletting. Yeah, that was my bad. Again, I fell back to my bad habits.
Death is everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
Bloodletting. Didn't get me that time. I apologize for the shoddy DPS. Unfortunately, my mind is thinking about my mins more. I got lucky again. Shake it off. Vengeance. And I keep forgetting, Bloodletting. Someone's name is Scoobs. They're getting my comm. No, you're not. Did you forget you're the healer? Alright, hold on. Let's get out of here first. Oh, well, guess what? The Scoobs left, so I may get to... Okay, what's this fucking mail? Oh, it's from Evo. Send me a fucking tarantula. Great, thanks. Oh, okay. No, okay. I get it. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. All right. Well, first things first. Let me get this first. I want to read Cyrus. Oh God, I'm gonna fuck her name because I'm. Let me get to see it and I'll pronounce it correctly. All right. So let me look at. For some reason, my eyes are fucked up. Crisis Carter. So this is what. Let's see here. First healers. Yeah. Okay. So this is through the raid. So he goes. So about see how much nicer it is. You don't even need Hugh at this point. Bloodletting is. Mm-hmm. Heaven and Earth, yeah. So Bloodletting is so broken with how short the cooldown is. It's a crime not to spam it. Yeah, and I forgot. I, granted, I think my first pull was the first group of pulls were my best, and then I got confused. You'll have to memorize the puddle and not back, and he'll tick. Oh, this is what the first boss, and he'll tick which one goes off first. If it makes it easier, just always do small mit plus reprisal and bloodletting. Hugh should also be healing you mit. Uh, you need to use your inner release on cooldown, but one thing at a time, I guess. Yeah, I think I was concentrating on mitts and I forgot like all my damage. My DPS was probably, if you would ever look at a parse, it was probably garbage. Um, okay, yeah, Hugh wanted me to concentrate on my mitts, because I need the muscle memory is what I need. I need to build that up. You need to let's see. You may have had one too many vulns. Yeah, I had a couple of vulns. Doing things right in different orders is fine for the most part, as long as you have some mit. And that's where I was kind of like, wasn't. I was still kicking myself that I didn't remember him, but at least I was still doing mitting, especially with the mobs. I was completely forgetting to use goddamn bloodletting at the boss again, and I've got to remind myself. Anyway, Hugh, let's go down, sit, and tell me your assessment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the optimal thing you gave me. It's a template, but it's really optimal. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's an interesting comment. That's an interesting combination. Mm-hmm. Okay. Basically, Hugh, let me give a quick thing. Hugh was talking about my combinations for mob pools, not the boss. Where like Hugh was like saying what he gave me is a template, but it's also the optimal route that Hugh has personally found, and his favorite. He said he's used different combinations, like he's used Vengeance and uh, Equilibrium. He's also used Thrill Battle with Arm's Length. So combinations like you'll find what you think works best for you. Of course, your healer might have different opinions, but as long as I think for the healer, as long as he sees you using mitts, the healer is happy. Never do damnation in arm's length. Any reason why? Oh, you're not getting the deeps. Okay. Yeah, that's you're hamstringing yourself. Okay, so he said the combination not to use is like it's basically fucking you over. Is vengeance with arm's length because it's slowing down all the ticks that you're getting from the damage that's being done to you that you are outputting to the mobs while you're going through it because it's slowing down them hitting you. So you're kind of making things a lot longer on the mob pools. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. That's something that is just really, if people knew about this combinations and everything, and they saw that combination specifically, like DPS, like why are you making our job harder? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. All right. All right. So basically, who is gonna? I'm going to practice uh, and make sure that I get my muscle memory buffed up some. And then on Thursday, that will be this October the 2nd, Hugh is going to run me through my paces. So if that's the case, that'll be that'll be tank training 2. Will be, I'm actually going to pencil it. I stream. I try to keep up. I used to keep up on Space Canada TV. We had like things that I would do, but you got real life, and sometimes you don't feel like it. And I'm doing this for fun. I have no delusions that I'm going to be like the next semi-okay YouTuber, and I'm going to make money. But Thursday on October the 2nd, we're going to do Tank Train 2 with Hugh again. This was yeah. He's going to assess. Okay, so basically, you've given me homework. All right, so I have homework for the. Let's see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 days. Okay. Can I say my capybara ate my homework? Can I get it? Can I use that excuse if I'm not good? No, no. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do that. That's what we did. This was something you asked me earlier in the week. Um, just like the description says, he thought uh, before earlier in the week when he asked to schedule it today, he basically said, "Hey, no, you look like you could be a pretty good tank. Not a pretty good tank, a really really good tank." And I'm like, "I don't know what you saw, but let's do it." And I'm always up for upping my game here on Final Fantasy 14. Um, so yeah, the I have that now on my in the Discord. You sent me the template, and I'm going to try to remember it. Uh, Granted, a lot of the combos don't start really getting into effect until the vault, because that's when you get the um, that's when you get raw intuition. Yeah, I take it on the low level ones. Combos are generally not that important. I mean, like at Sata, like the very first dungeon you get, which is Satasha. I think at that point you only have two mitts. You have Rampart and Reprisal, and that's it. hmm What do you mean by that? Okay, all right, I get it. You said it wrong. Okay, go ahead. Okay, gotcha. This is a mitigation. Yes. Um, but Crisis Carter said, if you're going to be doing Savage slash Extreme, then it's definitely good that Hugh is training you. I'll be there when you want to play with the big kids. That's very cavalier of you, but hey, if when people can back it up, it's not cavalier. It's just simply stating the truth. All right. So if you enjoyed the stream, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll play the fucking YouTube AI whatever game it is. Leave some comments, like the video, so that way this actually instructional class is might pop up on some other people's recommendations when they log into YouTube, and they might think about tanking. And there is such a thing as tank anxiety. Tank anxiety was a thing when I first started off playing as a monk before Dawn Trail destroyed monk. Um, and then the next thing I did was healer. The last class I tried was tank because I honestly was anxious that I would fuck it up and people would just say you're garbage and uninstall, but that's not the Final Fantasy XIV community. That's the World of Warcraft community. um, but yeah, it's tanking's fun, guys. Even my basic bitch method before Hugh has shown me what I can get more out of the job. It's fun. You get into when you do your daily your dailies and you get into roulettes and stuff. You get in faster too. So don't be afraid of playing a tank. Um, who knows? Hugh might watch me heal because I haven't used the healer in a while, and he might say, "Hey, let's do some training on healing," because that's another thing that people are a bit leery on doing too, because your whole team kind of like relies on you to heal. But that's another stream for another time. Thank you for joining. Hey, you know Hugh? Hugh? Hey, I know Hugh. Hey, Hugh, do you know Hugh? You don't know that guy? Uh, Chris's cars are also said, I can also help with whatever you need. Good job for today. Hey, I don't know what server you're on, Crisis. We're on Animantoise, which I don't know if it's that's showing up in the corner. It doesn't look like. Yep, we're on Animantoise. Look us up. Send me a friend invite. I'll a friend request. I'll definitely accept. I'm down to have fun. He also says, after you said, I know you, I like playing tank the same reason I like playing healer, saving people like a God. I mean, I think he pretty much summed it up. And if you ever watched, what's his name, Joe Cat's video for Healer, it's basically, playing God. All right. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Hugh, for teaching and showing me what I can get out of the job. His name is Hugh Munghus. My name is, in the game, Lunaqua Perneco. I'm also Super Evil Poptarts. As always, executive producer Taku and the Fail Kitty. Remember, in space, no one can hear you apologize.